Hi everyone, this is Meteorologist Jade Steffens here with a quick update on your forecast. Today is a first alert 6 weather day. We've made it one, not because of the rain, but because of incredibly strong wind gusts we're expecting later on this evening, likely seeing gusts up to 60 miles per hour. So let me pull up the headlines. We can get started with that forecast on your Tuesday afternoon. And a live look outside. Well, this is what it's been looking like all day long. Overcast, a little bit gloomy. We're looking at a rainy rest of the day, chilly temperatures staying in the 40s, and it won't be until later on tonight we'll be on first alert for those incredibly strong wind gusts. Looking ahead to Halloween, we will be staying dry, but it'll be a little bit chilly and a little bit breezy. So first, let's talk about today. Temperatures are slowly starting to cool down. We'll stay in the 40s through the remainder of the day. And it is a first alert 6 weather day. Because of this, we are going to see gusts up to about 60 miles per hour tonight. Best timing for that is likely going to be after sunset. So it's still pretty windy right now. We'll see the worst of it during the overnight hours. And we'll also be tracking that chance for rain throughout the day as well. Here's a check of the wind gusts as we get closer to tonight. Right now we could see gusts up to about 30-35 miles per hour. That jumps to about 40 as we get closer to 5 p.m. And then you can see here anytime after sunset is when we're really going to see those winds pick up, which typically we see the strongest winds during the afternoon and evening hours. Today is the exception to that. So here's a live look outside. It's pretty gloomy out there at the moment. 48 is where we're sitting at. A light breeze coming in from the northwest, and we do expect that to pick up a little bit as we head throughout the rest of the day. Our satellite and radar shows that most of the rain is on the eastern half of our viewing area and the southern half. However, still quite a bit of rain out there in and around the metro. Let me zoom in on this a little bit closer so we can see here what we're working with in terms of the metro. Just some light rain at the moment, but you can expect that chance for rain really all through the rest of the day. Temperatures are on the chilly side, 48 right now in the metro, 50 in Lincoln, upper 40s, lower 50s across the board there. So throughout the rest of the day, we'll be tracking temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. Much like yesterday, you're not going to notice a huge temperature difference between now and the end of the day. We're staying pretty stagnant in terms of that, but our rain chances are also going to stick around through the rest of the day pretty consistently too. So far, we have seen nearly about 4/10 of an inch so far here in the metro, 3/10 in Lincoln, and we have a lot more on the way too. So for our rain chances, those stay pretty consistent throughout the evening hours. As we get closer to tomorrow morning, you'll notice they start to drop off slightly, but really can't guarantee a dry moment until about tomorrow at noon. So throughout the rest of the day, here is the additional rainfall that we're looking at. So I think the rainfall amounts we have right now are likely to double as we approach tomorrow morning. So working through the rest of the day, here's a check on one of the models. Notice the heaviest rain stays on the Iowa side of our viewing area, the eastern half, but we still could very easily see a lot of rain everywhere else. Here's a look at 8:15 tonight, a look at about 10 p.m. tonight, and as we head into tomorrow morning, you guessed it, we have more rain on the way. So here's a look at tomorrow's forecast. The first half will be very similar to today. Temperatures in the 40s, strong winds, and rain chances too. We start to see a change in the forecast for the second half of the day. So good news there. We are going to dry out. Probably won't see a lot of sunshine for tomorrow afternoon, but we will be staying dry and a little bit less windy by the second half of the day too. So a first alert to that. Let's walk through these wind speeds throughout the rest of the day. So here's what we're watching right now. As we get closer to about 5, we'll see gusts up to about 40 miles per hour. And then as we get into the overnight hours, that's when winds really start to become strong. Again, gusts up to 60 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, those winds stay strong, but as we get towards midday tomorrow, you'll notice that those winds really start to calm down. Tomorrow morning's going to be very rainy and very windy before relief comes for the second half of the day. So for our highs tomorrow, a little bit warmer than we are right now. 57 likely for the high in the metro. Mid to upper 50s for most for the northeast corner of our viewing area. Likely going to be low to mid 50s. For the next few days ahead of us, you can expect some more mild conditions by the end of the day tomorrow. Our best chance to see some sunshine will be on Thursday. Now, I will say we do have the potential for some fog in the area in the morning, but into the afternoon, we'll have clear skies that will give us some sun and warmer temperatures. 54 on Friday, which is Halloween, and we'll see some increasing clouds there too. So speaking of your Halloween forecast, we're looking at a high right around about 54, but as we get closer to the evening hours when kids are heading out to trick or treat, it's going to get pretty chilly. So let me take my camera off here so I can show you the full graphic that we can see here. Winds gusting up to about 20 miles per hour or so. So if you are planning ahead for that, unfortunately, may need a jacket with the costume this year, of course. That's never what we want for our Halloween forecast, but it is going to be a bit on the chilly side. Now, the good news is it'll be dry, so likely don't need to bring an umbrella with you if you're out trick-or-treating. Temperatures, though, back in the mid-40s should be around 7 o'clock or so, and will continue to cool down pretty quickly as we head into further into Friday night. So a dry but chilly Halloween. And for Saturday's forecast, it's also looking a bit on the chilly side, but we will be dry. And of course, the Huskers have another home game this weekend, 6:30 kickoff time there. Temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. So throughout the game, obviously the sun will set. We'll get quite a bit cooler. Likely ending the game, though, right around about 44. So bundle up, but it won't be terribly cold. Just a little bit on the chilly side for the Huskers this weekend. So here's a check of that 10-day forecast for you. Today, of course, steady rain, incredibly windy, especially after sunset tonight, and that's why we've made it a First Alert 6 weather day. Beyond tonight, we will see some strong winds, more rain tomorrow morning, but after about 9 a.m., things get a lot better for our forecast tomorrow. Still on the cool side, cloudy skies, 48, but a lot less windy and a lot less rainy for a majority of the day. Thursday, high around 57. We start off the day with some fog, and then finally get some sunshine back into our area. Friday, though, the clouds move back in just in time for trick-or-treating. Some pretty spooky weather for Halloween, 54, increasing clouds, but staying dry. Saturday, high near about 51 for the Husker game. It'll be a little bit chilly. Tracking the chance for some showers possible, but I think most of the day will be dry. And Sunday, I guess rather Saturday night into Sunday, do not forget to turn your clocks back. That'll give us an extra hour of sleep, but also make our sunsets a lot earlier for next week. So enjoy the sunsets we have this week. They're about to get even earlier as we head into next week. Monday, we'll start off in the low 60s and generally staying upper 50s, low 60s for majority of next week. 8 to 14 day temperature outlook. This is November 4th through November 10th. Going to be warmer than average for this time of year. Our average high is in right around the mid 50s. So this could mean we're in the 60s for that week, and drier than average conditions, which is obviously reflected in our 10-day forecast since we don't have any rain chances in the forecast for next week. So if you're tired of the rain, well, that's going to change pretty shortly. So good news for you there if you're not a fan of the rain. That is going to wrap up the forecast for this afternoon. I'll be on live at 3 o'clock. I'll be going over more details to the forecast on the air. And after that, Chief Meteorologist Emily Roller will be on throughout the rest of the evening, and she'll keep you up to date with the forecast as well. If you're not already watching this on your First Alert 6 weather app, I recommend you download it, check it out. Awesome app to have with you. We have interactive radar on days like today. That's super helpful. Hour by hour forecast, 10-day forecast if you want to look ahead to Halloween, and all of those very useful features there. But I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their Tuesday, and I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their week as well.